The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent or of the River District Association. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the True North Speaker Series. We are now in Season 4, Living the Promise. Who would have thought we would ever be here in this place at this time? We're so excited to have another series of episodes talking to the beautiful Black women in this region. So, Episode 1, we have the amazing Patricia Moore.
Thank you. Thank you.
You excited? You ready?
I'm ready.
So you guys, like I say always, sit back, relax, put on your seatbelt because this one too is going to be a good one. So tell us, Pat, who is Patricia Moore?
Patricia Moore is the youngest of 4, born in 1964. Is the daughter of the late Irma and David Barber, who loves life, who loves people, and just like to be a beacon of life when I'm met or introduced to other people.
Okay. Now, let's start off at the beginning. Tell us about growing up in Gretna and what experiences or people helped shape the woman you are today.
Growing up, I grew up in actually Rice-Fajala area, Mount Airy, which is 10 miles from Gretna, Virginia. But growing up there, just country living, country life, just living the dream as we thought it was, because, you live off the resources you have, you enjoy the people that you're around, and you just get relationships with just country people that are, you just have fun. You're outdoors, you're just being a kid, you're just, living your dream. And then, of course, in Gretna, ain't no big thing, but it's growing. That's the sign. They taking the sign down. It's not there anymore. But just going to Gretna with all different type of people, and everybody was family.
Yep.
If one person needed something, somebody else was there. If they couldn't give it to you, they could give you the resources of how to reach out to somebody else to get it. So it was just like family oriented.
And I've always, it's weird that you said that because when I worked in Gretna through the workforce program, I've always said that. I said, Gretna people take care of Gretna people. It don't have anything to do with race, religion, background. If they know you live down the street, you my neighbor, you my friend, you my family. I mean, they take care of each other in Gretna. And I know you was talking about being country. You don't know you country until you see something other. Like, I love being country. Like, when I started talking about fishing or gardening, I didn't know it was a thing.
Yes, we just being ourselves. Yes.
It's a thing. And you like, oh, what? And I was like, people say, you fish? You don't?
Right, exactly. Yes.
It's just being a thing. I didn't even know it was something, but like when you said just country, I don't know how to explain it, but I love it. Yeah.
Yes. Growing up, your summer job was not at a fast food. Your summer job was working in the tobacco field. Passing, storing tobacco, whatever
Haitian.
Oh, I didn't understand. But yes, Haitian tobacco. Yeah, that's all we knew. We looked forward to that. And you would be from sun up to sundown all day long. And you just couldn't wait to go and get that 25 cents and get that drink and a moon pie.
Moon pie and that canned drink at lunchtime. Yes.
Could not wait for it. It was just
and everybody, even when I say that I walk around barefoot, people are like, what?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. I'm barefoot. It's country. Like, I like it. I love it.
Yes. I can't do that anymore. I used to do it. Run on gravel too. I cannot do it anymore.
I don't know if I can run on gravel, but I'll take those shoes off in a minute.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I can't do that anymore.
Was there a teacher or Was there a teacher, a coach, or a family member, or even a mentor who inspired you to pursue your education and dedicate your life to serving people?
I can say my parents. My parents, they didn't have to say, you need to do this, you need that was the expectations that they put in front of us because they did it. They provided for us. Um, it was all girls, so we were overprotected.
Wow.
We were overprotected by our parents. And so it's like you don't want to let them down. You don't want to let your parents down. So we always figured out a way, how can we make them proud, along with making ourselves proud of the decisions we make. Not wanting to be a burden on them because they worked so hard to provide for us for what we needed at the moment. So my parents were my biggest mentor, providers. And then if it was an adult, another person growing up, it would be my teachers in my elementary school. Um, they were really good at, you didn't see them as teachers, you saw them as um part of the family as well because we everybody knew each other. There were teachers from the area, from the Man area. And so if you did something, it got back home,
Yeah.
so you would just, making everybody in the community proud.
And that's what type of teacher you are.
Oh, thank
I
you.
mean, nobody consider you a teacher. You like the auntie or
Yes.
nobody. I have never heard a kid say the teacher, Miss Moore.
Yeah.
I'm down here with Miss Moore. I'm down
Yeah.
here with Miss Moore. Huh, Miss Moore? I'm in her classroom. They never say the teacher. You like the auntie or mama, a second
Yes.
mama. You brought on that same energy into that classroom.
I did.
This is a question, I don't know where we are in this,
Okay.
but how do you stay no matter what so even keel? Where does that come from? I've never seen you upset. And I mean, you was a basketball coach. I'm yelling and screaming across the gym, Pat, get attack. And he was like, it's okay. It's all right. I was like, they knocked the girl out. It's fine. How do you stay that even keel like that?
Well, during the basketball season, I have to give it to my husband.
Mhm.
Of course, he would,
Yeah.
no, you got too much at stake now. Let me handle this. Him and my assistant coach, Dayon Ward, she
Yeah.
was like, well, I can say it, but you can't. So they really helped me when it comes to the coaching aspect. Let us do, let us be the bad person and you do what you have to do as the head coach because, we are on a code of ethics and code of conduct. So we have to present ourselves in a way of professionalism. So I had to do that. And then with going back to not on the coaching with my students, I'm like, if I am rude and disrespectful, what do I think I'm going to get in return?
Mm-hmm.
And you get, like my husband, he's always saying you can get more bees with honey.
Yeah.
So I just said, I've become, as I've gotten older, pick your battles.
Yeah.
I don't have to react to every little thing that an individual dealing with teenagers, their reaction or how they act. I don't have to react to that all the time.
That's your energy though, because sometimes I didn't look, I was like, Pat, how you was like, I was so upset. I was like, you what? And he was like, yeah, I was, but I was like, I couldn't tell. You was like, do you ever? You was like, yes, I get upset.
Yes, I do. Oh my goodness, I do. But I've just learned how, it's a time and a place where I can share my truth.
You
so
take lessons, y'all. I don't know how she do it, but you are amazing at staying that even keel. I call it the end of your eye read. Just cool breeze. Looking back, did you always know that you wanted to be a teacher or did the passion develop over time?
Fifth grade, I was in my physical education class. And back then we had to do the gymnastics, the tumbling, the trampoline, of course, the physical fitness tests were there. And I was like, I really do like this. And I think I'm pretty much the same size now as I was when I was in the fifth grade.
Get out of here.
So, and I'm like, because I was always the bigger and the taller of all kids because of the statues of, the makeup, my parents. And I was like, it is so cool to be able to move my body like I move it and be in control and confident with it. And then my fifth grade gym teacher, and I was trying to think of her name, but I cannot think, but she was the one that always gave positive feedback. She pushed you now. She wasn't a pushover. She pushed you and she made sure you did what you were supposed to and held you accountable. She held you accountable. And until in that fifth grade gym class, I was like, I want to be a physical education teacher. This was my passion. It was a joy to get out of class and go to physical
Yeah.
education. I really enjoyed it.
I remember my PE teacher, Mr. Johnson, because he still be teaching every now and then.
Okay.
And I always place first in physical fitness, all the different stuff for the V-sit reach. Y'all don't have to do that no more, do y'all?
We still do that.
What is the purpose of that?
Flexibility, stretching, reduces pain, reduces injury.
When them little short legs be getting 12 and 14, then here I come, 4.5 feet long legs, -2. And I be like, I am stretching. They just it's always down there.
Yes, we still do that. That's part of our wellness zone testing now.
Wellness. Why did they change the name?
They don't want
wellness zone.
Yeah, so it's not as harsh. Physical fitness you think is like military, like push you, So it's just a little laid back, but it's still the same outcome.
When they do all of that, do you think that changes the energy of people? Like the kids can't handle certain things while you like, can't, it's too harsh. Why do we gotta change the name of physical? Who's sitting around and thinking like, oh, we don't want that to be too harsh?
Well, they still, like I said, in JRTC, they still call it physical fitness. It's just in PE, because they want us to gear more toward lifelong activities, things that kids can do, like the pickleball craze, the tennis, lifelong activities. So they want to take the harshness out of the running the mile, and we still do those things. We still do them, but just make it less invasive. They want to make it. And no, it doesn't change. We still have a standard. We still have a target score, and we just want to push the kids to do that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So they have so to sum it up, you really think how is it weigh on their mental health and their physical health just by the verbiage of what you call it?
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly, yes.
You spent more than 35 years with Pittsylvania County Schools. What has kept your passion about education all these years?
June and July. The mental break that is necessary to go through the summer and just enjoy it. But actually it's different every day. You go in, it's not the same thing. It's different because you're dealing with 20, 25 different personalities.
Yeah.
One day that person was excellent. Then the next day they come in, they're off the chain. And so it's just something different to keep you on your toes. It just, and it keeps you, as far as an educator and a mentor,
Right.
They're looking at you. So you have to know how to handle these situations at the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
But just having the different situations, scenarios every day is what I really like.
How do you handle teacher-student conflict?
Teacher-student, because I'm not the most liked person, but no.
But I mean, at the students, they be yelling your name like you, Michelle Obama. They be like, this far.
But what keeps is I let them know ahead of time. I set the tone in the beginning of a school year. I will be here not as your friend, but as your teacher.
Yeah.
And I am going to make sure that I give you all that I have. And if I don't have it, and if you need it, I can find the resources to give it to you.
Yeah.
And I set the tone from the beginning. I'm not mean. I just know what is good for you at that time.
So taking a deeper dive, do you think that the kids will think you mean because you're pretty much the only Black woman and you bring that energy. So a lot of times they don't see enough of the diversity to understand that this is just how you show up. It ain't mean you would do anything. Them kids love you. You would do
Oh, that's
anything for the
nice.
kids, for the parents, for the
Mm-hmm.
community. So do you think that has anything to do with it?
I I don't think so. I just think is my approach may be a little more stern
Yeah.
than some of the other people that I may work with.
Yeah.
It's just I'm like no nonsense.
Right.
This is let's just get this done and let's make it easy on each other. Um I do everything I can to not send a student out. We're going to work on this together.
Yeah.
And if you think what I'm doing is harsh, I'm sorry. But
Yeah.
this is just me, and we can learn to get along together, or it's going to be a long semester.
I have never. So Deshawn is ready to be 30. So
Okay.
all of my kids came, all of my nieces, my nephews, they're
Mhm.
older than Deshawn, came through that whole system. I've never heard any kids say anything outside of I love Miss Moore.
That is
They would
precious.
even, my kids would come to you and
Yes.
and won't even go to the other classroom. I'm going in there with Miss Moore. And you have that opening environment.
I do. Because it's relationships.
Yeah.
It's all about relationships. Just showing that you are somebody.
Yeah.
Let the kids know you are somebody. I'm here to listen to you.
Right.
Let's just have a communication. Let's have an open dialect. What's
Yeah.
going on today? You having a bad day? Let's talk about it. I'm here to listen to you. Now, I can't give you all the attention all the
Right.
time. I can, when I have an open day after school, before school, whatever, I'll be glad to have a conversation and I'll help you any way I can. But you have to make sure you're doing your part.
Yeah. Because you
So,
can't even
as
sit at the game by yourself.
right.
As soon as you sit there, you just see all the
They-
kids. I don't care what school we at. It's kids all around you.
that's also because when they're not in my class or they're doing something outside of school, they let me know. I show up.
Yeah.
I go to their games. I go to their functions. It could be church, anything. I go.
Yeah.
And it's just showing up and being visible to
Yeah.
let them know I'm here for you. And
Yeah.
I'll tell my kids at the beginning, if you're doing anything outside of Dan River, it has to be with Dan River. If you're doing something in the community and you wanted me to see it, let me know.
Yeah.
If I'm available, I'm there for you. I'll come support you any way I can.
And you do. You show
I
up.
I love supporting them. I like the feeling that they see me that
Yeah.
it makes me feel like they're going to push a little harder.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I can
Yeah.
come off like you didn't do that wasn't
Right.
good right there. You need to tighten that up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'll do. I'll just try to encourage them and push them because these young people have a lot of potential. They
Yeah.
have all the resources and potential they need. They just sometimes need that one person or two people to just push them out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you be texting me when Josiah was running track for the first time, he waited his senior year, and you was texting me, did Josiah practice? Did Josiah? And I was like, Miss Moore, send this to JoJo. I was like, you guys
I know.
you be so in it, and that's a good thing. And Josiah come from a 2-parent household. So
Mhm.
even you seeing like I can add a different touch and how important it is, because we all know that it takes a village.
Yes.
And a lot of times people always say, well, how do you pick the people that you interview? This is how.
Yeah.
I don't have to pick. It
Wow.
reveals itself. I just want
Mhm.
other people to see people like you exist
Mhm.
and how important you are in this whole puzzle of life. Because like I said, I know alumni kids come back and the first thing they look for is Pat. Where Miss Moore?
Exactly.
You see Miss Moore? I'm like, hey, yeah, I know she said she was gonna be at this game. I said, is she working the concession stand? Because you do that. Is she refereeing? Is she out there with the stopwatch? Is she? Who knows where she at? But you
Yeah.
there, you show up
I
intentional.
do.
Is she doing the scoreboard? Is she taking the book? Because you
Yes,
there.
I am. I like to be there. I like to be there to let them know somebody is there
Yeah.
supporting them.
Yeah.
I like being there.
Education has changed since you began teaching in 1988. What are some of the biggest challenges or changes you witnessed, and what do you believe students need the most today?
Technology, of
Mm.
course. Technology has really changed the students. You don't have that social
Mm-hmm.
um socialization that we used to have, where the kids could hold a conversation with an adult and it could make sense. Now it's like they have their Chromebooks and they'll watch a video before they even interact with any other students in class. And I'm just thinking technology has really taken over. It makes the individual think they're being isolated from everybody. It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
But and we can see mentally it's not okay. I don't, from my point of view, I don't think it's okay for that. I
Yeah.
think they need to be interact with another person, with an individual. It helps them to open up, and it's also gives you a sense of somebody's actually listening
Right.
instead of me on social media looking for likes from people that I don't even know, or
Yeah.
I might not ever meet in my lifetime, but they want that gratification from somebody they don't know. What about getting it from somebody that you can see, that
Right.
you have access to, if not on a daily basis, but on a weekly basis where you can actually talk to an individual? So I think technology has really put a damper, or
Yeah.
yeah, it's easier as far as getting the information out, but as far as the kids actually learning and you standing up to teach them, I don't think that has really.
And with you being phys ed, do you think kids do not want to be as much active because of technology?
I think so. I don't know if it's technology or if it's just they get away from doing that at home. They don't have to be physically able. They're not
Right.
told to go outside and play. They're not told to go out and think for yourself, not look on a video or YouTube to figure something out. You figure it out yourself. We
Yeah.
didn't have that growing up. So what we had to do, we had to figure it out.
Right.
If you couldn't find this to go, you figured it out. Or you always ask somebody that may have more
Gotcha.
experience than you in that situation. But, videos, watching on YouTube, trying to figure things out, that is that's just where we are now.
Yeah.
And we try to meet them where they are, but yet we still want to bring them back to that physical, that communication, that social education as well.
As educators, you often wear many hats because we just talked about that. But how have you balanced those responsibilities?
Um, Getting into the education field, we know education, of course, the teaching the subject is going to be 90%. So we know 10% is you may not even get to your lesson. You may be
Mm.
more focused on, there may be a discrepancy, there may be something going on in your classroom. You need to resolve that first before you can even start with your lesson for that day. So just knowing, just getting a feel for the students, getting a feel for the atmosphere in the classroom, your environment, that really helps to help you to balance, because you can have a lesson that you have planned and you won't even get to that planned lesson because it's something else that has
Yeah.
taking you off course of what your actions. So you have to go with it.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be versatile. When
Yeah.
you're in the education, you have to be versatile. You have to be able to handle this here, that here, and you are a person of multitasking
Yeah.
all the time, multitask. Because students were like, "Oh, well, I'm talking to you, you hear me?" And I'm doing some, yeah, I hear you,
Yeah.
but I can hear you. Just keep talking.
Yeah.
I'll address you. And you're doing, it's 1,000 things that are going through your head. So you just learn to manage those, prioritize those.
How do you manage the classroom with less resources? Because they talk about cut budgets and all. How do you be able to still teach?
Innovation. You have
Mm.
to be innovative. A lot of hands-on, and that could be hands-on glue sticks, back to the elementary, the foundation, you're using glue sticks, color pencils, you're going back to the basics. Um, Foldables, things you have to be innovative to try to reach the students. It may be a case where we need to leave the classroom. Let's go walk on campus. Let's go to campus. Let's go out to the track and we can walk. I have even gotten to the point where we would take a test, and I do paper. I'm
Mhm.
not a technology, so I would say let's just grab a textbook and get your test, and let's go outside in the bleachers and let's take a test in the bleachers. because that's how it was when we were growing up.
Right.
So a lot of that stuff, it revolves, it comes back around. And I can honestly say some of the lessons I get come from when I was coming through the old school standard paper, pencil, outside, doing a scavenger hunt, just things like that, outside of the walls of the building that you're in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you serve as the Interact Advisor at Danville High School.
Yes.
Helping students embrace Rotary motto and service about self. Why is community service such an important part of developing young leaders?
One is the networking.
Mm-hmm.
You get them to see when you go out, then don't forget you're representing yourself and you're representing Interact Club and Dan River High School. So when we go out, I'd let them know when you go out, people are watching. You never know when we're going to volunteer, that person say, well, and you may be applying for a job or a position or something. And that person, oh, I remember you coming to volunteer with us. You're with Dan River, you were the Interact Club. And so it really gives me a sense of fulfillment when when they come back and say, well, Miss Moore, I had an interview and I met up with this person that we did a volunteering with. And I was like, oh, that is amazing. I tell them at the beginning when we have a meeting, we're going out in the community and you are being watched. People are watching it and you never know who's watching it and when you may need that person later on once you come out of high school.
Yeah.
And I love volunteer. It's good you can go back and you can see, well, I was a part of this, I was a part of that. And you can see the growth from the volunteerism. I really enjoy volunteer. It gives you a sense of I helped somebody out.
Yeah.
When we're doing our drives, our water drives, our canned food drives, we're giving back to the community because you never know when you may be on the receiving end.
Mm-hmm.
You may be that person that I need to go and receive some of this that I'm giving back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a sense of fulfillment. Just feels good.
How has working with Interact students given you hope for the future of our community?
A lot of them, they do decide from Interact, you have Rotaract. And that's where you go from high school to college. And some of them, they do volunteer services. Some of them may join a fraternity or sorority. And most of the things that we did in high school is volunteer. It's the same thing they're doing when they become
Wow.
part of that fraternity, sorority, or part of Rotaract. So they just go in there and they was like, well, yeah, they'll even email or text me, Small, what are some ideas I can do with such and such? And I give that. I said, remember when we did this? Remember we did that? And I said, I'll give them the foundation. Now you run with it. You make it to fit you and your organization as to what you're doing. So it's just.
And you good at giving the foundation because I know some kids. He's like, I gotta write this paper, and he's like, well, I give you 2 sentences, and then you go out.
That's right.
I give you 2 sentences. You're really good at that. Like I help you kick it off, and I think that just helps spin their wheels.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It helps spin their wheels. You're really good about that.
They are the young people are so creative. They just need a little push.
You good at that.
They are really creative.
Now coaching.
Oh, wow.
Coaching is about much more than wins and losses.
Yes.
What life lessons have you tried to teach your athletes?
Well, I've only, coached.
And their parents.
We're not going to go there always. Well, with the parents, we have a parent meeting at the beginning of every season, and we let the parents know. You give us, what was the hours? You give us 72 hours, 48 hours, whatever, before you have a complaint that does not work. Especially with somebody that I know. Not calling any name, Knuckles Farmer. But anyway, just going back, we try to set the tone. And for the young ladies, I always tell them, we have practice at a certain time. On time is late.
Right.
If you have to be, we have practice at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is late.
Right.
So I'm always telling them, on time is late. And I also tell the young lady, you are a lady first. You are a student second. And you're an athlete third. I always tell them, I said, lady first. So when you're out, be seen and not heard. When you're in the classroom, and I want you to move up to the front if possible. If there's no seating chart,
Right.
I want you sitting in front. But conduct yourself in a ladylike manner, no matter where you are, in the classroom, outside of the classroom, on the playing court. Now, I didn't say don't be competitive.
Right.
I said,
Because you're very competitive.
Very competitive.
Yeah.
I hate losing. I said, but conduct yourself as a young lady.
Yeah.
You conduct yourself, and you can do it. You don't have to be boastful about it. You
Right.
can do it as a young lady, and you see that you need to get your get back or whatever.
Yeah.
You can do it without being rude and disrespectful.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Because I don't know where I would be in life if I didn't play sports.
Exactly. I don't, me either.
It did everything. It opened my eyes
Yes.
up to everything that I've been through, every challenge, every good, bad, or whatever. Sports allowed me
Yes.
to be able to have an example of how to get through it.
Mhm.
The losses, like I hate to lose, but
Yes.
it taught me so much. And I can remember the times that I have lost. And
Mhm.
because I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to lose that. I'm not going to do that again. And I was so bad because our basketball team wasn't the best.
Mhm.
So I was so bad when we lost. I complained so much. My mom said, well, you run track. That way you can't
Wow.
blame anybody but yourself. She
Exactly.
made me run track because, you know, in Pittsylvania County, you can't run to your high school year.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
soon as it became high school, oh yeah, you run the track. Now we're going to see who you blaming on. And I didn't lose. Except for by your cousin, Lashawn Farmer. Is that her name?
Yes.
Oh,
My niece.
your niece. See?
Yes.
Which I was so glad when she graduated. Lord, that second place, Lord, the long jump. Oh my God.
Yes.
But I didn't lose. But
Mhm.
also when I did come second to LaShawn Barber, it was so much lesson learned in that, so much
Mhm.
respect for her. You know, a lot of times when you in the job field, somebody else get the promotion or whatever,
Yes.
how to still have respect for that person of what they're bringing to the table, their insight. I mean, she always freed up space to show me stuff and teach me stuff to the point that once she graduated, I rolled
Ex-
right into that,
That is
you know?
amazing.
So just sports gave me so much insight in life.
And it holds a person accountable. You know you have to make a certain
Yeah.
GPA. You have to pass so many classes. You don't have an option after practice to just go lay down.
Yep.
You have got to do it helps you to prioritize things.
Exactly.
You know you have to go to school. You know you have practice. You know you have homework.
Yep.
And you just do those. It keeps you accountable for those,
Exactly.
because you know, if I want to be on the plan, I have to do these things.
Yeah.
So I think athletics really does help an individual.
Yeah.
Keeps them organized.
Exactly.
I really do.
And because I remember my coach, even to the health wise, to this day, I don't wear colored socks. She was like,
Okay.
the color socks break down your feet. The dye in color socks break down your feet. So even we had on color socks, we had to show her that we had white footies under our color socks. She didn't play. Like, I mean, it was
Wow.
real. I don't even buy color socks. The kids wear them.
Yeah.
White socks, that's all you get. She did not even let us wear colored socks. And you know how you come in, the kids come in now, they got the compression stuff on and all this gear. She was like, your muscle ain't gonna know what to do when you don't have that stuff on because you got all this stuff. It's heating, the sleeve is heating. She was like, no, you take that off. Go to the locker room. She was, take all that out. She said, what are you doing?
Exactly.
That was her thing. I was like, what are you doing? So, I mean, sports taught me so much in life. And I'm not telling everybody to make their kids play sports. I made my kids play sports. They picked what sports they wanted to play.
Yes.
But they had to have after school extracurricular activity, and they were just better athletes than they were musicians or singers or whatever. But I told them, you have to do something.
Yes.
Because it makes you a well-rounded person.
Exactly.
You know.
And you have to deal with people, you know, you're on a team.
Yeah.
You got to deal with all these personalities. You got to learn how to work as a team.
Exactly.
And they pretty much become your family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's my brother, that's my sister, you know, that, and you have to work with the people of different, and like you said, it does help you. So now when you go to college or you go in the workforce, now I've worked with a team before. Now I should know how to handle those situations.
Yeah. Tell us about a moment, a player or a team moment that still brings a smile to your face to this day.
Oh my gosh. It would have to be Lily Farmer. when she got her 1,000 points. And I know other people at Danville have, but I've never witnessed it. But to be there and to be a part of it and witness, especially when you have 1 year where you didn't get to play
Yeah.
and you had to sit out COVID year and then you come back, and it was just so pretty to see her play. It was just awesome to see her play. And then not only to see her play, but how her teammates just gathered around her and loved her and support. And she gave it back to them. The love, support, pushing them. They pushed each other. And she would be the one individual. I had some more individuals, but to see her score that 1,000 point, and I'm just a nervous wreck. I'm anxiety. I'm all the emotions and feelings that she probably had. I had them too, but I could not let her see it because I didn't want her to get nervous. But I'm telling you, when she got it, I was so relieved.
Oh God, we all was like,
Yes.
And then she ended up scoring 45 that night.
Yeah.
Of the 49 points she scored.
Girl.
And we was worried about the 16 because some days Lily be Lily. But we was worried about her scoring 16 and she ended up scoring 45 that night.
Yes. And if we could have had somebody else, maybe one more person to help out, we probably could have won that game.
Yeah.
But yes, and she knew the challenge she was facing coming in, and she just accepted it.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, her teammates, and she could have done it. She couldn't have done it without them.
Right.
They couldn't have done it without each other.
Yeah.
Because she pushed them. Some of them hadn't played basketball in a long time. And they came out because they said, well, I want her to have a senior year.
Yeah.
You cannot ask for more than that. You cannot ask for that sisterhood. Anything better than it. I'm coming out. I don't like it. I don't know what I'm doing. But just so we could have a team for this young lady, you cannot ask for more than that.
And she was passing them the ball like she knew they could catch. She is that person. She has your personality. Those 4 years really rubbed off on her. So, cause that ain't me. She really has your personality. And even now to this day, she's like, yeah, I'm gonna text Miss Pat. And that's that village thing.
Yes.
So you mean so much to her. And to this day, she was like, yeah, I'm gonna ask Miss Moore. Oh, let me call Pat. And I was like, yeah, because see, that ain't what I would say. That ain't, Lily, you gotta ask somebody else, because, that ain't me. And I love that she can have that balance, that even keel. It's no jealousy, no love lost. I'll embrace it.
Yes.
Because we don't need two of me walking around.
Well, thank you. Somebody had to calm her down, right? Keep her calm and everything. Yeah.
And you like, Lily, that's okay. Don't listen to everybody. Just calm down. Just play ball,
Yes. And that was a lot of athletes, I can't hear, they in my ear.
Yeah.
I said, you got to learn to block that out.
Yeah.
It's part of what you signed up to do.
Yeah.
You've got to learn how to overcome that, block that out.
Yeah.
And with the individuals leading, with the team, is my 2016 team, I think. We were like the underdogs. The first half of the season, everybody, we lost 2 games. Chatham and Gretna, I remember those. So we came back the second time. You have to play them twice. We came back the second time, and we beat both of them. Those girls were so astonished. I was like, we're ready to beat them. We haven't beat them in a long time, and we're ready to beat them. And we beat them. And I have to say, that was the greatest team that I've had, because they instill, I guess they instilled look, we're not going to go down without a fight. You've got to make sure, you do what you have to do, but don't let this girl bully you on this court. What are you doing? Take some dignity back.
Yeah. I love that.
Yes.
We talked about this, but how do you feel like sports bring that confidence?
If you have to look from the start to finish.
Yeah.
When you start, you're like, oh Lord, I don't know about this team right here. And then repetition.
Yeah.
Muscle memory. keep pushing it. Don't slack, because I feel even in the classroom, on the playing field, if you slack, if I slack as an educator, if I slack as a coach, what do I think the player's going to do? What do
Yeah.
I think my students are going to do? So it was like, you don't have the option for failure. You don't
Right.
have the option to slack, because I'm going to push myself to give you what I have. If
Right.
I don't know what I have, if I don't know, I'm going to find it and
Right.
give it back to you. I'm going to attend some of these coaches clinics, that people that have been there doing that coaching college, and I can bring it back to you. But failure is not an option.
Yeah.
You may struggle a little bit, but we're gonna find a way to make this happen. And that's where the confidence comes. Because I think when they keep coming, they can see, well, I can do this.
Yeah.
I can do. Then the confidence comes. And then once the confidence comes, it's over.
Yeah.
It's no fair. It's no the fair game, it's over now.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't care what you say, I don't care what you do, what defense, what offense, I'm breaking that down.
Yeah.
And they break it down, and that's how the confidence comes. Repetition, having somebody behind them that's going to push them.
How do you pick leaders?
First I look at, when I pick who's going to be the captains for teams, I look at their overall, how they carry themselves through the hallway, how their teammates are looking up to them and responding to them. That's how I look for leaders. I look for that person that they may not have that leadership skill, but the potential is there. So I put them there. I put you there. Now what you gonna do? You're gonna
Yeah.
sink or swim. And so I try to put the right person in front of somebody that the students respect. And I think that helps the leader as well, because look, I can't act a fool anymore,
Yeah.
because people are watching me. But people are watching you all the time anyway.
Yeah.
But now you're at a leadership position where you have to carry yourself just a little more different than you would normally do.
I know we talked a little bit about this, but as a woman who has led in education, athletics, and community service, what challenges have you faced and how did you overcome them? And then, especially working in the fields that you work in and the district that you work in, how do you manage sometimes being the only?
I was told when I did accept a position, you are a triple threat. They told me I was educated, Black, and a female. I never looked at it that way. I looked at it as somebody that wanted something for myself to be proud. And then once they said that and it resonated, I was like, oh, you're right. You are right. So if I'm the only, I go in with confidence. As we stated earlier, I go with confidence. I go in letting them know that I know. And I've bought up, and I've been on a lot of teams where I've been the only. And it's just the people that I'm with. I guess they see my demeanor, as you said, I'm kind of calm, laid back, not a pushover. And they just see that, well, she knows what she's doing. She's confident in what she's doing. And we're just going to gravitate to that.
Yeah.
And I try to bring that positivity. No matter the situation, no matter the room, I walk in, you're the only, you're going to be a standout. And I just conduct myself in that manner that I expect my students to conduct themselves, as well as players when I coach them to conduct themselves the same way.
And I know I have noticed with you when you're in the room, and even when somebody bring acknowledgement that you're the only, you like, oh, I ain't even recognize.
I don't.
That's how strong of confidence that you have, that you show up. It's like, I show up as me. It's up to you to do the analysis of it, and that is hard though for me. Let me be, that is hard for me, because that's the first thing that I realized. And I think it comes from having to fight so hard to get in certain rooms, and know that I fought hard to get in this room because I'm going to be the only.
Yes.
And I think that's what it is. But for you was like, I didn't even recognize that. Well, you know what? I still did what I had to do.
Yeah, just go in. I mean,
Yeah.
That's what I signed up for. That's what I'm here for. And that's what I want to do to the best of my ability.
Are you okay with calling something out that doesn't meet a certain standard?
I am.
Okay. How do you do that?
First, I have to go talk. I talked to my best friend, which is my husband. I
Okay.
talked to him, and I said that I'm having this. Help me to explain this to who I need to.
You asked Darn.
And I'll ask it. That was very, very smart. He
got more of my personality. That's why I was wondering.
He calms me down because I could be a pistol sometimes.
I can see that.
Yes.
I don't see that, but I can see him calming you down.
Yeah,
Okay. But go ahead.
But I go in and I'll analyze it for a while. And then when it gets to the point where it's not settling with me, I go in and I address the issue.
Yeah.
I address the concern with the person that I need to address with. If it's not there, then I'll keep pursuing it.
Yeah.
And then eventually changes do start, because if we don't have a voice and we don't speak, they don't know.
Gotcha.
They don't know how we feel. They have no idea. So we have to open their eyes, because if you're in a place where everybody's the same, you don't know how that one may feel. So we have to address the issue.
And a lot of times people think that it's always teacher versus student.
Mhm.
I have seen how you advocate for kids.
Yes.
I mean, good, bad, or indifferent. You like give this kid a chance. And I've seen you go to bat for kids when they don't even go to bat for themselves, or their parents ain't showing up. It'd be you in that room by yourself advocating for a kid, and they'll tell you, well, they ain't even come to the meeting. And you would even like, this is further why we need to advocate for them. Where does that energy or that courage come from to do that for that kid, when a lot of times people think it's just teacher versus student?
And that goes back to the relationships. I can see that person, not for what the general population may see, because we've had that one-on-one before. And I can see where this person is coming from. And give them a chance. Give him or her a first or second chance.
Yeah.
Now, if they keep messing it up, then, you still try to direct them.
Mm-hmm.
But after so many mess ups, then you're on your own.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you. But like I said earlier, you've got to do your part as a young individual.
Yeah.
People can't keep putting their back up against the wall and fighting for you, and you're still doing the same old stupid thing.
Right.
So you yourself has to be an advocate for yourself as well. And if you don't have that voice, me as an adult, I'm going to step in. I'm going to help you. I got you.
Right.
Yeah, I have you. I'm right behind you.
What advice would you give to those young women who aspire to become an educator, coach, or a community leader?
Oh, I'll tell them all the time. I'm always, hey, go into education. Go. We need some young individuals. We need some young, vibrant people to come. So I'm always trying to get a lot of my students, when they graduate, go into education.
Yeah.
They're like, no, I go to jail if I fool with these. No, you won't.
Yeah.
Because you've been there, you know what it takes, and you grow into it. But I can say it's been a couple that have come through Danville that have been inspired and that are teaching. Of course, they're not here. There's one in the city. This would be her second year going into it. She really loves it. And then there are others, because Danville is kind of not for the young. They want to go Richmond area, Northern Virginia. They go there because it's more entertainment, more in it, more for their age group. But I'm always trying to advocate, trying to get the kids to go to school for education.
I love that.
Yes.
So you received Teacher of the Year honors and was inducted into Avery University Athletic Hall of Fame. What does those recognitions mean to you personally?
One is like, okay, why me? I'm just doing something that I love to do. I'm doing something that I'm passionate about. And it's something that, although it's challenging, it pushes me as an individual to always do my best. And it felt kind of weird. I'm like, this is crazy. It becomes overwhelming. And I'm like, I really did that. I did that because a lot of things that I did on the playing court, I cannot remember. It's been so long ago. And everyone's like, well, you was this and you were that. And I was like, that is awesome. Then I go back and I look at my records compared to the records of students. I'm like, I really was good, wasn't I? So it's just overwhelming that somebody recognized. And I appreciate every bit of it. And I appreciate the teammates that I had. Um, Going even through Ava, when back in the 80s, we may have 6 or 7 players. What if those
Mm,
6 or 7 players did not play?
right,
I would not have gotten that honor, and
right,
I appreciate them coming out. And they weren't ballers either. They
right,
were just people be in the dorm room. Hey, come on out, play basketball. We had to go and recruit people in the dorms to come out and play.
wow,
Yes, and they would come out, couldn't play, but that's okay.
right,
They stuck with it. Maybe they gave you 1 or 2 years. That was it, but just, the recruitment wasn't as heavy back in
right,
the 80s when I was through there for females,
right.
female basketball. And then it kind of grew. And then sharing athletes, some of the basketball players played softball, some of the softball players. So we had to share like we did, being a Division 3, you have to share
Right.
athletes sometimes. And it was just an honor. And just to have that group of ladies behind you or, walking beside you, and we were just pushing each other.
And that's why I love this series because I don't even think you realize your humble spirit. You don't even realize what you bring when you walk in the room.
I, I, I really don't. Just like you said, I'm being me.
Because
I
even this
just,
interview, he was like, "Well, what you want? What I'm gonna talk about?
right,
Everything, everything."
right.
What do you think about your legacy? What do you hope your students and athletes remember most about you?
I want them to remember that Miss Moore cared.
Mm,
She cares about you. I still have relationship with individuals that have graduated 10 years ago.
mm.
They'll send me a text. Hey, just thinking about you. How you doing? What are you doing? I'll text back, living life. And um, that they saw something in me, the legacy of seeing something of a proud woman
Yeah.
that will go toe to toe for the individual, for that student, if I needed to do so in a respectful manner.
I love that. You spent your career investing in the Dan River region.
Yes.
What makes this community special to you?
The people,
Mm,
the networking with the community service, getting out and seeing them. It's some really nice people in the Danville region. It's some really nice people that have your care
hmm.
or your best interest at, the networking, the volunteerism. It's just, you feel a sense of family.
Yeah.
You feel that relationship. There may be 1 or 2, I don't know about, but overall, it's just a really good relationships with the people around.
And I feel the same exact way. And that's why I get scared once my kids go outside this bubble.
Yes.
Because life is so different outside of one Dan River region than the Dan
Hmm.
River region as a because Dan River, that hub of that
Yes.
is something really special. And then
Hmm.
when they go outside of the region itself, I'll be like so scared, like, oh Lord.
Yes.
Because it's a different world compared to what we live in. That neighbor, I mean, it's not like we want it to be,
Yes.
like we grew up, but still, I know everybody in my community. I know everybody
Hmm.
down the street from me in my neighborhood. If I come to Danville, if I go to Gretna, like I'm gonna know
Yeah.
somebody.
Yes, you do.
You
You do.
that's hard when you see your kids out in the world and they go
Yes.
somewhere, in big cities, and you like, oh Lord, and they figure it out because we give them the
Hmm.
tools that necessary. But like you said, this area is so special because it's so united in a village
It
mentality.
is.
And I totally agree with that. What do you believe are the greatest opportunities we have to better support our youth and prepare them for the future?
I like over the past weekend we had the back to school, the
Hmm.
boys and girls. Travis Tarpley had his camp. I like that people are now coming back doing outings, doing camps, doing things to invite the young people to come in and having that resource. I like that we are doing great things in Danville.
Yeah.
The different camps that we have. And also can't forget the church. Church is the foundation to all of this. A lot of our students, the gifts and talents they have come from church. Getting in front of your church members and have to do speeches on
Jesus
special
wept.
yes Bible verses, church and Bible. That is the foundation.
Yeah.
And once they get that foundation, then they get out and it's just I think I see Danville just really
Yeah.
reaching out to the young people. The rides, the charity rides, the 5K races, the walk. They're just trying to do things where they're just trying to open up and get the young people involved.
I like that.
Yes.
How can families, schools, businesses, nonprofits, all of that work together to ensure every young person has the opportunity to succeed? We talk about this a lot of times in the boardrooms, in the meetings, and what
Yes.
wraparound services.
Yes.
How do you see that working? Because you're such a centerpiece of a kid's life. How you can connect it to so many things. How do you see that working?
Once again, getting with different organizations. Hey, let's, because we have a program that comes to Dan River that teach kids, getting the outside to come inside, letting them know about these services, these programs that are available to them. It's so easy now. Take your phone and scan a QR code and you can get into networking with organizations. And I wish we could get back to that when it comes to school, letting some organizations come back in. That's how you learn.
Yeah.
If you don't know about the resources, then how do you know how to explore it?
Exactly.
So we as a community, hopefully we can open doors to let them come in, and because some kids may not have that availability to go out into the community.
Right.
They might not have the transportation or whatever, or the willingness of parents to spend that 1 or 2 hours to take them out.
Right.
So we're going to have to try to come in to reach some of our students
I
with
like
programs.
that. Everybody always say, go outside the walls. No, invite somebody in that wall.
We have to do both.
Yeah.
Invite them in so they know what's available. Then
Yeah.
they can go out and utilize those resources.
I like that. So now with season 4, we're doing this new thing called Rapid Fire.
Okay.
It's just a series of questions so people can learn a little bit about more of who is Pat Moore. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee all day.
What's your favorite book?
Anything by Terry McMillan. I
Mm.
like her as an author. She has several books that I just love those books. Terry McMillan is my author.
I love to read. I mean,
Yes.
favorite sports memory?
I don't think I have a favorite. I just like sports, period.
I want a Kobe fan, but his retirement game, oh God, that's one of my favorite memories. But I don't know.
Oh yeah, my favorite memory. I
Yeah.
got one.
You got one, you got
When
one.
the Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. I do like Marshawn Lynch, but
I'm an Eagles fan, so we
Okay.
won the Super Bowl. Yes.
Okay.
That's my favorite sport.
What's one word your students would use to describe you?
Crazy. This one's crazy.
Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Oh,
I
wow.
love mornings. It's quiet, peaceful.
What's morning for you? What's time? What time your alarm clock is set up?
Well, 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
I can get up at 6.
Okay.
Yeah, not too early.
Okay.
But 6 o'clock, and I just like just looking around and
Yeah.
just ready for the day. Thanking God, that is one more day that I have seen.
Tell us one lesson that you learned from your students.
Patience. You have to be patient with them. And give them a little grace sometimes. Sometimes you have to give them a little grace. Patience and grace.
Okay. One more rapid question. Favorite place in the Danville region?
I love going downtown. The love sign that the community
Yes.
market. I love that area. I don't know why. It's just something about it. I'll go on a drive or I'll go out and eat after dinner. I'll come riding down by the community market.
Yeah.
I just like I think it's so pretty, especially at night
Mm-hmm.
when there's not a lot of hustle and bustle. But
The
I
love sign.
that
Okay.
love sign, like you put that down, I was like, that is so pretty. It's just in a great location.
Oh, you
Love it.
did good with that.
Yes.
Okay, every guest who joins us is true north. They values a purpose that guide their decisions and keep them moving forward. What is your true north?
My true north is staying true to myself.
Mm,
Um, Pushing myself to be the best that I can be at all times and try to make myself proud,
yeah.
the decisions and things that I do.
What is one message you will leave for every young person watching today?
Failure is not an option. Don't do anything to embarrass yourself and especially your parents or your family. Um, and just make sure that you give yourself some time, give yourself some patience because it may not go one way, but always have a plan B or a second or third option to obtain the goal that you're looking for.
Mm. Last thing, what is your favorite quote, scripture, or mantra that you live by?
My favorite scripture is we walk by faith, not by
Mm.
sight. 2 Corinthians 5:7. Because every walk of life is through faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know what the day is going to bring. You can't see right ahead. But once you walk out there, you've got to have the faith that this is the day that the Lord has made. And I need to rejoice and be glad in it.
Okay, Miss Moore.
Yes.
Thank you for doing
You are
this.
so welcome.
Thank you for being the first one to kick off Living the Promise Season 4.
Thank
You
you.
was great.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no reason to be nervous. You guys heard it here. Living the Promise Season 4, Episode 1, Miss Patricia Moore. Thank you guys for tuning in. Continue to watch us, be inspired, and let these young ladies help you lead the way. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.